Hello guys, Momo here with Game Dev Tycoon. So what this game is, it's kind of like a simulation game of a game device, Tycoon, of course. And the object of the game is that you own your own gaming company and you develop your own games. And the interesting part is it's made by Greenheart Games, which was just two guys in their house making this game. And it follows all the way back when gaming just kind of started, and it goes through the entire history that we know today of different consoles and handheld devices that were released. So the object of the game is trying to get the games out there along with the consoles and trying to get the market share and get your games to sell. So I've already started playing this game, and as you can see here, I'm pretty much at the end. You have all your employees, you have yourself, and you have an R&D lab to do different projects and stuff. And then you can create your own consoles eventually too, along with your own engines to sell your games. So I'm going to start out by showing the very beginning of the game. And I'm going to have a couple little advantages here. That I'm going to have all the hints that I've achieved so far to unlock the game. And I'll explain that further on. So so you get to name your own company. So I'm going to name ours 314 Gaming, of course, and a player name, Momo. You can change between male, female, change the hairstyles and the clothing options. I'm going to stick with this. And I'm going to use my unlock hints that I've gained previously to help out. So let's get started, and as you can see, you're just a simple one-man company starting out in your own little garage. So we can go and develop a game. You can choose the game name, pick the topic. I'm going to go for the first one, and then you can unlock more topics, and each time you start the game you get different topics that start out with. I'm going to go with medieval, and I'm going to pick adventure, platform, and of course here you get the different platforms you can choose, and then you can see device cost and the market share, and as I've already told you, I have some unlocked hints and the genres that you can choose from. So I'm going to go with a PC just because it's a little cheaper to start out with. And I guess for our medieval game we will call it the Middle World. Let's go with that. I don't know, I'm feeling a little kind of lazy. I've actually never done the medieval game, so you can choose a different graphics type that you want to use, and obviously the better the technology the game is, the better it's going to start selling. Now as you can see up here, we have, let's go here first. Alright, so you can choose between the allocation of the engine, the gameplay, and the story and the quest. So obviously with an adventure game, I'm going to try this out. I haven't done that many adventure games. Well, somehow you can see here you have your research points, technology points, design points, and you have your bugs in the game. And I'll explain that later. So here, see, I already have a hint. Level design need to be low. Let's do artificial intelligence there and dialogues there. Let's try that out. And we'll get more onto how to succeed better after you made a game if it doesn't sell well. What you can do to make it better. See, now you have your sound options, graphic options still there. I'm gonna put sound up, graphic up, and world design. Actually, let's throw that there. Let's do it there. So now for the bugs, what will happen is after you complete the game, don't hit the finish button yet, because then you can work on getting those bugs out instead of have to wait to get the patch out and to spend more money. So now we're finished. And here's the score. You get a bonus for new topic and combos and such. And you have to get experience based on the game. So now we're going to release the game, and then now we get the game review. So now we have the charts go up. Ooh, baby. Not too bad for my first adventure medieval game. So you have like the 4 different raters here: the Star Games, Informed Gamer, Game Hero, All Games. And there are 4 different phases of this game as well. So you start here in the garage and you get to move up to different offices. So I'm going to kind of split the videos off there. So this will be phase 1. Oh, look, we made it. So you see here, you get your first week of sales. You're in rank 39. This is how many units you sold. And you can gain fans as well as you're playing the game. You see you have your fans are up here, and then the time up here, and these little dots here indicate how long of a week. So now we're in week 4, and then we'll go to month 5, yada yada. You have your cash here. So now you see your game sales right here. And the other thing that you can do is to help out with your games is generate a game report. So you pick the game that you just did and you do it, and then you can do some research on your game to see what are some good points and what could you do in the future to make it better. So we'll wait for that to come up. So now we see medieval and adventure is a great combination. Dialogue seems to be very important. So now you have this little hint that I have earlier to do them. And then you can also look at your game history, and you can look at all the ranks and stuff and all the points that you made. So then also another thing you can do is research. Now you can pick a research, do custom game engines, new topic. Oh, I'm gonna do military. Military is a good topic because it's simple. Sometimes simplicity actually helps. So eventually your game will go off the market, and you'll see how much you sold and how much money you made from it. And then of course you can go back to your game history to look at the profits, the income, the cost of the game. And another thing, do not release similar games within such a short frame. So like, don't do another adventure game or another medieval game right after each other, because in the market they won't like that. They want you to change it. So for this time, let's go do the military game. Action is a very good one for that. And let's do the PC again just because it's so cheap. Now, I'm going to name some of the games based off real games as well, just to make things easier. So I'm just going to go with Medal of Honor here. Actually, I hate Medal of Honor. It's too Call of Duty. Even though I hate that one just as much, but let's stick with that. And then we'll do the same graphics again. So now your guy will be working on it. So now you can see here, I've done a lot of action games in the past. So now I can see that the engine's very important, gameplay is important, storing quests not so much. So now you can change that. I know what the market wants. So I would say this game is probably going to be like my best game to start out with. So now you see here, and also another thing, you get industry news, how different systems do. So now you can see here, recent market studies suggest that the G64 is steadily outselling competitors in the PC sector. Lower price, great availability, and the flexible hardware configuration over other home computers. So now you can see, you can read these things, and you can try and change the market of what systems you use and other things. So now you can see dialogue is not as important, action, and artificial intelligence level design is very important for action games. So now you can change that to make the game more appealing. But we'll play like right there just to see how that goes. You see you have a monthly cost, and starting out here when you're just in the garage is about $8,000 every month. So after the 4 weeks, you lose $8,000 for a monthly cost. So now you see today the new game platform TES by Nintendo has been released. So we'll go and do that one right after this one. You can just keep clicking to get through that. So now you can see sound has now leveled up, and of course your character can level up as well. So now we'll release the game. So we'll develop a new game, and you can see now we have a new platform, the TES. Now it also, you can buy a license to get the game. Usually it starts out right here with 80,000, and then eventually it'll just go up to about 1 million. So let's do an alien game, action, and we'll call it Alien. Just so simple. and it's like one of my favorite movies ever. So we'll do that now. So now you can see what's going to happen on new platforms. Let's see. That should all be the same. Artificial intelligence needs to go out. Dialogues needs to go out there. Very important. Didn't tell us much about the TES. Let's see how that likes action games. But now that we have a 59 research, what I want to show is the custom game engine part. So now you can do the research for a custom engine, and then you can build your own engine for your games, which also helps sell the games, yada yada. Yeah, we're already the 427 fans. I believe the cache is actually kind of... So now we have new research, game tutorials, Momo sound for the game engine. Yeah, so now there's industry news telling that this console is doing pretty well, and they prefer playing the controller instead of the keyboard. So now you can see that the consoles will do fairly well starting out in the market. So now we can have our own engine. So you can name your engine. I'm gonna name ours Momo Vision. You choose the graphics you want, story and quest, when you start a save game. So it costs you about 90,000 to start out with the game. So now we'll create the engine. So now you can see here that the new Master V by Vina is now out there. So now we have another console game that we can design for. While I was gone, I designed Call of Duty 2, and now I've researched game tutorials. And then you also want to research target audiences. And do your research. It costs money, and it costs these little research points here. And then you can develop new engines and choose your target audience based off the games you make. So now you can specify your main target audience. So like mature, to get the young, everyone, and then mature to pick from. I know for a fact that TES, typically these newer consoles, and of course Nintendo's consoles, they'll typically like the younger and everyone audience. Over here, and you can see here, audience match everyone and mature. I'm very sure most but young will like this. Like the PC, so we're gonna do another PC game. Alright, so now we just got another game out. Now we can do now we have a new genre that we can research. So research. So now you can new game design or new genre, casual games. So that's usually like your racing games and other type things like that. I really like casual games. Casual games don't sell too well unless you really get in the right market. I've only had one decent one out there. Yeah, and the last game I did was Sim Hospital. So as you can see, it's slowly losing market share. See, like I knew the G64 will eventually lose out of the market and will disappear. Yeah, it's been unsuccessful in introducing higher priced computer games to compete against the more advanced PCs. So eventually PCs will just win and be the only sort of computer games you can design. So now we have casual games that we can do. And of course casual games do pretty well on the Nintendo games. So now we have new genre. Casual. I don't think any of the topics I have are really good casual games. A lot of these are more intense type things. But usually casual will do pretty well in the Nintendo's games and all the handhelds that will eventually come out. But like I said, I guess once you get to $1 million, you'll make it to the phase 2. So I'll be back, and once we get closer, I'll show you kind of what happens after phase 1. So another thing, here's the new handheld games that will be coming out. Nintendo will of course release the Gameling here. So now you can start developing games for the handheld devices, and there'll be more that come out later on as well. I'll be back for I'll be back for phase 2. So now with my new game that I've released, so now we're gonna be able to go into phase 2. Now we have the new office. So now you can pay, you get to the new office and move on to the next level. So thankfully Medal of Honor did so well in the market, and now I have enough money to move into my new office, which will be kind of like phase 2 of the game. So now we can improve, now we can hire staff and then train them and train ourselves as well. So now we can train. Oops, wrong one. Dang it. You gotta click on yourself now. Like now when you click in the out area, you can do all that stuff. And then you gotta click on your person to do the training. Now you can see you have staff management. And then you have like the different things that can give you different effects that can improve your design skills, technology skills, speed, and research. So now you gotta start worrying about all that stuff. And once you get the staff management, you can hire people. See, now I can until I get the staff management training, and then you can hire people and they can help you design the games. So we'll be back for the phase 2 part, and I'll give you some more hints and details and help you make your gaming company as awesome as I'm going to make mine. So yeah, new research and marketing.